we start our first video of formal lectures, Part A of Module 1, Aspects of Algorithms. Part 8.1, Factors in Problem Solving. First, we want to understand algorithms. So let's understand from higher level. For that kind of overview, so we want to get to know what kind of factors are important for algorithms. First, why we use algorithms, right? Problem solving. So the goal for using algorithms, problem solving. What kind of problems? Computing problem. So for the computing problem solving. So that's the goal. All right. In order to achieve that goal, what factors are important? So we will study that in this, our first video. All right. So why do we need to study algorithms? All right. So the goal, solving computing problems. In order to do that, what do we need to have, right? So the first question, learn knowledge and skills. So that's where we are here in this class. So we start in this class, we will learn the knowledge and skills, okay? But that's still not that enough. You need to be able to apply the knowledge and the skills in problem solving, okay? And to be smart in problem solving. So you will see the smart way and, non-smart way quite different. So we will have this kind of experience again and again through this whole class. All right. A typical situation for a computer professional. So you get this training to become a computer professional. Okay. So eventually you will be a problem solver. Computing problem solver. Okay. All right. So you can think about in a real world situation. So when you are given a computing problem to solve, what are the basic factors do you really need to pay attention to? So we start from that point of view. All right. So usually when a problem is not very easy, then you really need something. When the problem is challenging, so you really need some important factors to get it solved. So let's look at that factors. Factors that may help you solve the problem. In order to, help you connect to these factors, I like to connect you through the real world experience. In the real world, we have some related experience. So look at this one, playing chess. So that's one. Another, playing football games. See, when you do things like this, what factors are important? Can you get some ideas here? Playing football games, playing chess. Can you imagine some factors are very important? Okay, First thing I want to point it out, strategies. Do you need some strategies when you play chess game? Do you need some really important, useful strategies? Yes, you need. Yeah. When, those professional football players, when they play the football games, do they really need some strategies? Right? So think about that. All right? So here you can see this is our first factor. Yeah. In our computing problem solving, you need to have some ideas. You need to know in what way you plan to solve this problem. So you need strategies. In this class, we will learn several basic problem solving strategies here. Strategies. Some of the strategies we use again and again. Yeah. But if I say it here, you may feel it is very, very easy. Yeah. Here, let me give you some example. So here, strategy example. Okay. Yeah. Let me give you a strategy example. All right. So this, start from simple cases. That's a strategy. Start from simple cases. Very simple, right? Yeah. When you try to solve a challenging problem, you need to consider many different cases, right? But when you start here, based on our real-world experience, we should start from simple cases. It looks like very trivial, right? Trivial, yeah. Everyone should start from simple cases. But if you do not realize, get good understand the importance of the strategy, you may not be able to use it effectively. Yeah. Although you know it, but you may not know how to use the strategy in the right place. Okay? Yeah. Later we will see in many examples we need to apply this strategy. It looks very plain. It looks like, everybody knows it. Right? Yeah. But sooner or later you may realize sometimes you do not know to use the strategy, because it's very common. People have no idea how to start to solve this problem. People have no idea. But when you have no idea, at least this is one of the ideas, right? Is this the first way you can try, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. This is just a simple example. Yeah. All right. So let's move to the next factor. Other than the strategies, so we know this is important factor. Other than that, do we have other important factors? Yeah. Another factor also very important. So I want to discuss a little bit. Yeah. In order to get that, I want to point out still one special situation in football game. Yeah. So here from the picture you can see now we are at a critical situation. Yeah. So let's imagine the situation is the last few seconds, just a few seconds before the end of the game, that critical stage. Then one team has a chance to kick a field goal. Kick a field goal. Okay? Win or lose. 3 points. If you make it, you get 3 points, you win the game. If you cannot make it, you cannot get that 3 points, you lose the game. That critical situation. Think about that. Okay? Yeah. In that one, do or die. Make it or miss it. Okay? Make it or miss it. Okay? Can you imagine what factor is important here? Can you imagine? There is a factor. It is very important. But definitely it's not strategy, right? Because the strategy at this point, you already apply a lot of, here the coach. Yeah, here I put a coach picture. The coach team. So they use a lot of smart strategies, and finally bring the team to this critical stage. Otherwise, the whole team has no chance to compete, to be at this final stage. Okay? All right, so the last kick, the final play. Okay? Now I think most of you can get a point. Yeah. Execution is also important. Even if you have the correct strategies to get the problem solved, can you execute your strategies successfully? Right? Yeah. So that's the second factor, execution. Now, in our problem solving, we have the same situation. Okay? So many times we know the strategy. We know that, like in the previous slide, start from simple cases. So that's one strategy. Another strategy, something like divide and conquer, right? So let me give you another commonly used strategy. Divide and conquer strategy. So this is a big important strategy. But even if you know the strategy, divide and conquer, you need to use it in this particular problem. How to do the divide and conquer, right? How to do the divide and conquer in a right way. Is that also important? Yeah. That is the execution step. That is extremely important. All right. Yeah. So now let me just make the conclusion. Okay. To learn the algorithms and use the algorithms effectively in solving real-world problems, these two factors are the most important: the strategies and execution. All right, so let me complete our 8.1 video right here.